Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. I'll be honest, it's been a while since I filmed a video, so I feel a little awkward, but I have been trying to film a video and I feel like this is my first like solid one because I just need one take basically and editing will do all the work. So in this video I'm about to show you guys some of the books that I will try to read for the month of May because it is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and it is also the Asian Readathon hosted by Cindy. And a few of these books actually complete the challenges for the readathon, so let's just get to it. Also, a few updates I guess in my life. I started streaming. I am now a Twitch affiliate and you can support me through there as well. I might host some reading sprints and writing sprints on there just because like it's a lot easier to stream there honestly compared to like streaming on YouTube. And yeah, give it a follow. So read any book written by an Asian author, and for that I have The Wolf of Oroñaro by K.S. Veloso. This is actually Vintage Books and Wine's May book of the month, and we're very excited because we are also interviewing K.S. Veloso, and so yeah, I'm really excited, especially as a Filipino, to be able to read a book by a Filipino author. I feel like growing up I didn't really see a lot of books by Asian authors in general, and especially Filipino authors, and seeing how like there's a lot of like really big Filipino authors now makes my heart really warm. Okay, so The Wolf of Oroñaro is the first book in the Chronicles of the Bitch Queen. I love that title so much. And so it is about Talian, I think that's how you say her name. She's arranged to be married to the prince of her rival clan, but he suddenly disappears, and you know that's a pretty big thing. But then suddenly, I think years after, he sends an invitation to meet up with her, and so things happen basically. But this is a fantasy novel, adult fantasy, so I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of like gore probably, which I am here for. Read any book featuring an Asian protagonist, and for that I have Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. I've been meaning to finish this book. I think I started it a while back. Honestly, didn't even get halfway through because my brain just shut down completely during those few months. If you didn't know, Wicked Fox is about Myung. She is a gumiho, which is a nine-tailed fox, and the only way she can survive is by consuming the souls of men, which I think is perfect. But things happen, you know, she comes across this boy that she's really drawn to, and in the process accidentally reveals herself to be a gumiho, which loses her gumiho soul, and now she has to build it back. And she's trying to stay away from the guy, but obviously they're drawn to each other, and so you know she has to either think about getting her soul back or risking it all for this one guy, which to me, I would not risk anything for men. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one. The next prompt is to read any book written by an Asian author in your favorite genre. So I actually have two books for this one. So one of those books is Dial A for Aunties by Jessie K. Sutanto. This is kind of not really a mystery, but kinda is. So basically this girl, Madeline, accidentally kills her blind date, and so her mom calls up her aunts to help dispose of the body, but you know, a lot of chaos ensues, and so this seems like a fun novel, and it's also gonna be a Netflix show, so I need to read this before that show comes out. The next book I'm going to try to read is The Forest of Stolen Girls by Junher. This has been an anticipated release of mine, and now I finally have it in my hands. I've been waiting so long for this book. So this is about Hwani and her sister. They disappeared mysteriously and were found, thankfully, in a gruesome crime scene. And then their dad figures out that it's also their disappearance might be connected to 13 other girls who disappeared. And so he goes into Jeju forest, I'm pretty sure, but then he also ends up disappearing. And so the girls try to go figure out what happened and hopefully find their father. So yes, I love mystery and thriller novels, and I'm excited to read this because I feel like I haven't read a mystery or like a thriller novel since One by One by Ruth Ware, which was like in November. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get through this. I say this, but I feel like I'm not going to, but the truth is I might be able to because school is ending in 2 weeks, thank God. I've been waiting for this moment. The next prompt is to read any nonfiction book written by an Asian author, and I don't have that book right now. It's in the trunk of my boyfriend's car, but it is called The Woman Warrior by Maxine Hong Kingston. This was a required reading for me in my sophomore year of high school, but I really enjoyed it and I want to reread it. But it is basically an autobiography of the author. It's like a blend of reality and fantasy where she mixes the legend of Mulan into her life. Like, she tells a story of Mulan along with the story of her growing up. Like, that's how I remembered it. Like, I remembered something about it being a legend of Mulan, but I just know it's a very mix of a fantasy and reality kind of thing, and it's an interesting way of telling an autobiography. Honestly, I usually find autobiographies not interesting, but after reading this book I was like, I need to find more books like this. And last prompt is to read any book written by an Asian author that's not US centric. So for this one I was a bit confused as to if the book has to take place outside of the US or if the author also has to be based outside of the US. And so I just chose to do both. And so I'm gonna read The Mountains Sing by Nguyen Phan Kim Mai. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but this was Subtle Asian Book Club's April book of the month, but I didn't get to finish it, and so I'm gonna try to finish it this month, especially if it's the prompt anyways. Much like Pachinko, like it says in the back, this is a generational storyline of the Tran family during the Vietnam War. Is it? Yeah. I just know this is gonna be emotional already. With Pachinko, I teared up a few times, so I'm probably gonna tear up reading this one too, so we'll see how that goes. And now a few other books that I want to read for this month, and that is The Girl and the Ghost by Hannah Alkoff. I hope I said that right. I think I remember Brianna saying this is like her favorite book, and I remember a few people on book Twitter also recommending this, so I'm finally gonna get through this. Hopefully I might prioritize this the most. Oh, it's Deckled Edges. The next book I will be reading this month is Tokyo Ever After by Emiko Jean. Thank you again, Flatiron Books, for sending me a finished copy. It is gorgeous, but the best way to explain this book is it is basically Princess Diaries, but with an Asian American main character. It takes place in Japan. Lastly, I will be reading The Empress of Salt and Fortune by Nivo. I think I'm butchering every one of these authors' names. I feel so bad. I should probably research first, like go look up how to pronounce their names. But it's a very short book. It's like 150 pages, and I already started this. I just need to finish it, and I will. I'm pretty sure somewhere in one of my videos I even talked about this book, and I will finally finish it, I promise. I'm also currently reading an arc of The Last Fallen Star by Gracie Kim. It is a middle grade novel under the Rick Riordan imprint, so it's going pretty good so far. I'm really enjoying it. So that is how I'm starting off this month. But yeah, this is my TBR. It's a pretty thick pile, and my dogs outside are going crazy, so I think this is a good place to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and send me some of the books on your TBR for this month. I'd love to add more books by Asian authors, especially Pacific Islander authors. I feel like I don't really know a lot of authors that are Pacific Islander, and I would love to read more books by Pacific Islander authors. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe. It will support me in the long run. Thank you so much, and goodbye!